All right, everybody, welcome back to the channel. What we have for you guys today is another one of our specialties, the Super Snake 2012 black stripes, chrome wheels, which I really like on this car. But what is extremely rare is the whole shot package for a 2012. We've had a few now in 2013, 2014 to have that whole shot. This one in a 2012, extremely rare. We're hearing somewhere around 1 of 4 whole shots for the model year that is a 2012. 900 horsepower. You just don't see the whole shots in these years. They really came out with them in 13, 14 for those model years to kind of push it up to 1,000 horsepower. It was only offered for a brief time, which is why really you don't see hardly any of them, but especially for years that were outside of 2013 and 2014. What is also really special about this car, one owner and only 230 miles. So as many of you know, the GT500 itself would have miles before it got sent back to Shelby Vegas, which is where this car was done in Vegas for all of its components for the Super Snake, and then sent to the speed shop for the whole shot package. They would do some test miles on the car after the Super Snake package as well. We actually got it in with just over 200 miles. We drove it a little bit. Just awesome sounding, awesome to drive, everything that you would expect in the Super Snake. Add on the whole shot package, and you just don't see these cars that low mileage in the Super Snakes. You know, I kind of relate it to a delivery mile car, but the delivery mile cars are probably even out there and easier to find than the Super Snakes are with this many miles. Number one, guys wanted to drive them, and number two, they were already driven as a GT500. So for us, definitely the lowest mile Super Snake that we've had to date ever. Lowest one we've ever really seen on the market, especially when you add on the fact that it is a whole shot. So we're going to break it all down for you guys, go over all the different components and options of what makes this 2012 Super Snake and all of the options that it came with. We are pleased to offer this 2012 Super Snake whole shot. As many of you know, we've had several Super Snakes over the years. Never had a 2012 whole shot. That's because what we're hearing, only 4 were built. And the whole shots, you got to make sure that that was implemented and installed at the speed shop. So Shelby had their own mechanics in place where everything would get done as a Super Snake, but the speed shop was where everything would be done internally to that motor to take those cars to be done for a whole shot. So this 2012 has 900 horsepower. All the upgrades were done at Shelby Vegas and Shelby Speed Shop. So the receipts in 2011 for the whole shot package and labor was a little over $16,000. And as some of you know, if you were following along with some of our other Super Snakes, that package got up to $35,000, maybe a little bit more at the end, and it was only offered for a brief period of time. That was not a package or an option that was open the entire time that the Super Snake program was open. It was just for a brief time. So you may be asking, what exactly was done to get that car to a whole shot? So when it was sent over to the Shelby Speed Shop, Shelby Motorsports would put in a clutch upgrade package that was specific for the Super Snake, and it was a twin disc clutch. American Racing long tube headers with high flow cats in the X-pipe were also installed. Shelby Motorsports, which is big here, is the anti-hop that was put in for the whole shot. Not all whole shots have the anti-hop. Most of the ones that we did have the anti-hop, and that alone was $6,400. So you have the anti-hop and rear torsion T2 upgrade package. You have the Shelby Motorsports 11-inch wheel widening upgrade package, includes sensors, and the Shelby boreless stingers, SCT handheld tuner, and the dyno tune with custom tune. So that is everything that took place over at the speed shop. That's, you know, where those whole shot cars were done, over at the speed shop. For the Super Snake, it was done in Vegas, and everything there. We have 13 pages of receipts, and that was also done in 2011. So the total cost for just the Super Snake upgrade was $45,000 in 2011. you know, again, as that program got near the end, it was much more than the 45,000. I don't want to speculate on exactly what it would have been, but I do know that the whole shot, that was about half price of what most whole shots were at the time, this one being 16,000, but they got all the way up to 35,000, and that's not counting the cost of the car. So there is just so much to go over here with the 13 pages of you know, things that were done at Shelby. We've done a video before on exactly what happens from a GT500 to a Super Snake for anybody interested in viewing that. But I really don't want to bore our viewers here and go over, you know, line by line, item by item. That'll be posted on our website for anybody interested to see everything that got done. Obviously, the Kenny Bell supercharger. You have your Super Snake interior package, the Shelby deck lids. You have your Super Snake stripes on this car, your Alcoa wheels, carbon fiber splitter, carbon fiber rockers, even some carbon fiber touches in the interior as well. And obviously those who know, you know, some of the other things that take place inside the motor, your transmissions, the rear. I mean, it just goes on. And like I said, there's so many receipts here that I just don't want to bore you guys with, you know, all the different things, side scoops, louvers, quarter window scoops. I'm just, you know, looking through it here, you know, really quickly. You do have your 4-piston rear brakes, your 6-piston front brakes, which all done at Shelby. But really, you know, anybody who knows what they're looking at here, a 200-mile Super Snake whole shot. The real crazy thing for these cars to have low miles is that they were driven as GT500. So before they even got sent back to Shelby to be done as a Super Snake, they had miles on them. And then with the upgrades out at Shelby, they would test drive them a little bit. So these are by far the lowest mile cars we have. We also have the 13 wide body whole shot that we bought with this. And this is by far the lowest mile whole shot or wide body, any one of those options that we've had on any of these Super Snakes. And it is extremely hard to find the Super Snakes with the wide body or a whole shot, but you factor in the fact you have a one owner, low miles, heavily documented car. And this by far is, you know, one of the best Super Snakes we've had, and that's saying a lot. All right, so that is a wrap on our 2012 Super Snake 230 miles whole shot edition. Collector grade, checks all the boxes, and a great one to add to your collection. If you haven't already, please subscribe, give us a thumbs up, look at our other videos, and be sure to watch our website for future inventory.